Alright, hi, this is Alan from the Link Tech Show, and I want to give you a quick review of the Gentouch tablet. This is the $150 tablet that was sold at Kmart. Quick review of it. It's got a nice screen. It's hard to see the reflection and all. If you were going to do nothing more with this tablet than browse the web and look at YouTube, it would probably be great. That being said, I really wanted to like this tablet, but I don't. It has far too many flaws, in my opinion, to it. It's basically, it's a lovely little device that had good intentions to start with, but then went horribly wrong. It's almost like they had a good idea, but they released the tablet far before they got to that point. Basically, it's got a lot of little things, and it's not one basic. This is actually my second tablet that I had. The first one I had, that the glass fell off as soon as I got it out of the box, which is not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. This one actually is coming loose, so it's very poor build quality. That's one big thing right there. Micro SD card. This is a tablet, people. If you're going to design a tablet, put a normal SD card in there. Micro SD is fine for a phone that you're never going to take it out, but this thing's a pain in the butt to take out. If you haven't got nails, you're not going to do it, for one. The slot is too big. It's very easy if you're not paying attention to it. It's very, very simple to actually put it in the wrong slot. And I read a couple of reports online where people have actually pushed it in, and it now rattles around on the bottom of the case. I just started something there. I don't know what it is. It is a resistive touch screen. It's not capacitive touched. So you can't do things like pinch and zoom on it. It's not going to work. I have to learn to look at the lens and not at my not at the screen I'm looking next to here. I bought it because I'd hoped it would be a good book reader on it. And as we can see, I've fired up the bookshelf reader, and it forces everything to horizontal, which to me is very uncomfortable to read, because one of the other flaws on this machine is the buttons are all on the back. Now you sort of get used to where they are. I've had this tablet for a couple of days now. I sort of get used to where they are, but it requires you to always be holding the tablet like this, basically, which to me, I'm a right-handed person. If I'm trying to use the little stylus here, that's in my right hand. Click, click, click. Then you have to sort of drop things and grab onto the back if you want to go back, forward, or use the menu bar. So basically the same buttons are on the back that you would find on your Android phone. Search, menu, back, and home are on the back. And they're all pretty much feel the same, but you sort of get used to where they are. They have a little piece of plastic in between each, so you can feel it with your finger on it. But it's still not really good. This is still opening up the book, by the way. It's supposed to be, spec-wise, it's an 800 megahertz processor, 256 megs of RAM, 2 gigs of internal memory. I did go out and buy an 8 gig, no, sorry, I bought a 4 gig micro SD card for it. It should be fast, and in most cases it's not too bad on it. You can actually push the buttons with your fingers. You don't need the stylus, although the stylus does make it much easier to maneuver around with. It's got its own app store, which is not very good. Find the right button here to go home. There we go. It's got its own app store, which we can fire up here. It takes a couple of moments. This one here does actually have the Google App Store on there, although I will not put my Google app passwords in it, or my Google passwords in here on it, because another thing I found out with this by reading on the forums, what little bit there are, so if you put your password in here and decide you don't like it anymore on it, you can't get your stuff off of here without going in and hacking the thing, which to me is a major flaw. There is a setting in here to restore it to factory defaults. It doesn't work on it, from what I've read, so I'm not going to put my password in, because this is going back to Kmart. probably because the screen is falling off on it. I'm holding my thumb on it now, but if you push on this corner on it, the screen does go up and down. Like I said, if you the App Store, let me go back to the App Store. The App Store is, like I said, it's there. It's not very good, I don't think. It has about 1,000 apps, I think, is what I read on there, versus what 70,000 that you can get in the normal App Store on it. You can, though, side load apps. So if you can find the APK on for whatever you're looking for on it, this will take it. You can just load it in. You can just download it and load it up. I did that with Pandora. It does actually play Pandora quite well. All right, let me find it on here. As you can tell, you like I said, you can scroll with your finger. There's about a second delay after you touch this, because it's resistive. I guess it's about a second delay. So when you touch this, it takes about a second before you can drag your finger, because it takes that long to figure out your fingers on it. That's the same with the stylus or your finger. It doesn't make much of a difference there. Another big headache: 2.5mm headphone jack. Who in the world uses that? You have to buy an adapter. I can't even put headphones on it, but you can play out through the little back speaker. Not the best of sounds, and I don't want to keep this because I don't want to cause any RIA violations on there. It will play. It's not the best of sounds, but it does actually sound not too bad. Uses a standard wall wart jack to charge. I don't know that it charges off of the USB drive. I'm not totally sure about that. I've read differing reports about it. The manual doesn't really say. Another big headache that I found with this on it is it doesn't mount to either a Linux or a Mac. I mean, these are the only two computers I have. It doesn't mount to them properly. I have a gut feeling it mounts really well to Windows boxes, but I don't have anything to test that on, so I'm not even going to try that. It has two file explorers on here. I don't know why two, but it has two. Basically, what it shows you in the file manager when you mount it on the computer is not the same files and directories that you will see on the computer. So it makes it very hard for you to drag and drop things. I dragged a whole bunch of stuff over for a couple movies and stuff. I wanted to see how it played. Couldn't find them on there, so had to go in. I can manually. Actually, one nice thing about the File Explorer on here is it does actually mount SMB drives. So you can mount your Samba drive and copy things wirelessly to it, which is what I ended up doing. And then I could see the movies and a couple of MP3 files, and it does play FLAC very well as well. So I did see those things. Trouble is, you couldn't drag and drop them while it was connected to the computer. If you take the SD card out, which is a little slot on the side here, like I said, pain in the butt to get in and out, put that on your computer, you see the same drives as you would see on here. So you can drag and drop that way. But that's sort of a pain because you have to take the card out and you have to find your micro SD adapter. Hopefully you haven't lost that on top of your desk like I did once already. That being said, it will actually play things that are, you know, like I said, I've got a movie on here that I converted, which is actually which is actually a converted for an iPod actually on it. I did a conversion for a friend of mine on it. It does play it very well. There's no real stuttering or anything like that. Not like me. It's clear. You could watch a movie on here if you wanted to. It's a very nice size for that. Problem is getting it on and off the machine. You sort of have to jump through hoops to do that. Now you may not have to jump through those hoops if you're on a Windows box, something like that. I'm not totally sure. Logan's wrong in case anybody was wondering. That being said, again, don't want to incur any violations here or have anybody screaming at me, but that's what the movie was. Okay, like I said, all in all, if all you were ever going to do is play on the web, you know, browse the web, watch YouTube videos, it does do that sort of stuff. Let's see, let's bring up a website here. Okay, like I said, if you're going to browse on the web, it'll do it very nicely. Here you can see we've popped up the Linsling Tech Show. I don't know if we can easily see that, but our web page comes up. if there's you can play MP3s off the web page. It does work with that. YouTube videos do work on it. Let's fire that up, show everybody. Google Talk is on here. There's the YouTube app right there. Basically the same stuff you get on it if you have an Android phone. It's basically all the same things here without the App Store on it. I understand from reading the website, when you do go and get the upgrade for this, and they're supposedly pushing out an upgrade for it, when you get that, it will wipe out the Google Gtalk. All the Google apps will be gone from here. So that's not, to me, that's not very fun. I don't know what neglected diaries are here, but let's put it on there and see if it plays.
So what happens to those diaries of journals you write in once and then...
Oh, there you go. Neglected diaries, whatever that was. Like I said, I really wanted to like this device. The problem is it has the shortcomings make me not want it. And I think what I'll do is, like I said, I want a tablet. I'd like something this size. I actually like a 10-inch, but I thought 7 would be fine for an ebook reader and stuff. I'm really going to wait on it. I'm going to wait for the next round. Hopefully something better will be coming out very soon. But if you've got $150 and you want to play, I think it's $169 actually right now in Kmart. Hey, if you want to play with one, it's probably good for playing, but I don't think it's, like I said, I think you'll get a headache real quick, but it may be fine if all you want to do is check your mail. That being said, I'm Alan. This is my review of the Gentouch 78, whatever. Anyway, thank you.